Alright, so I'm about to fly to Tokyo in around 5 hours from now, just preparing right now to go to the airport. And before I go, I want to make this video and end this Bali chapter of my life. I will be coming back here very soon, but it is still a very symbolic chapter for me to finish another month here. And the development and the phases that I've gone through last months have, again, been exceptional. They've been extraordinary, and I'm extremely grateful. Make videos for you guys, share the progress, and build my dream company, right? Because that's what I've been doing for the last couple of months, and actually for the last year. I come from the best year of my life, 2025. I did $1 million in total revenue with my company. On a personal level, I've been growing so much, and that would have never been possible if I didn't do this one thing that you watching right now should be doing, no matter in what stage you are, okay? So assume that if you're watching this, that you want to get far in life. You have very big ambitions, very big goals. And if I had to put into one word what got me to the point where I am right now, then it's not the standard shit that you hear everybody say all the time: dedication, hard work. I think that by now it's very obvious that you need to work hard, you need to work smart, you need to have the right people around you. The very standard advice. But to talk more on a deeper level, to talk more on an almost spiritual level, I want to talk about the level of gratitude that I have for where I am right now, and also for when I was at absolute zero. I'll leave my big story for a different video, but in summary, when I was working in my small dorm room in Amsterdam, I was doing a study that I didn't like, and I was essentially faking the last 2 years of my study time. I don't know if my parents are watching this video. If they do, I'll have to do some explaining. But essentially, the last 2 years of my university, I did almost not attend anything at all, and I was just working on my dreams, building the company, and following the vision that I had in mind to actually make a lot of money online. And the number one thing that I've always had, really, no matter the situation, no matter how big or how small I was that I've always been very fucking grateful. I'm grateful right now for the money that I make, for the people I have around me, the success that I got, the company that I'm building. But I've also been grateful for the time where I had absolutely nothing. I just had the small room, parents that like barely supported it, you know, they weren't a big fan of it, obviously very new for them as well. They wanted me to go safe, but I was so even grateful for the fact that I found an opportunity online. I found something that I genuinely enjoyed. And if you look at it from a karmic perspective, I'm very big up on karma, and especially the type of karma we're talking about this life. So not talking about reincarnation karma and all that type of stuff. Karma in this life is so logical. You do good stuff and you get good stuff in return. You do bad stuff and you're gonna get bad stuff in return. It's a very logical equation that for me has been my absolute truth, and something and a standard that I've lived by all my life. And it just time after time after time after time again has proven me right, which is so crazy. Time after time again, when I did the stuff that I was supposed to do, I was grateful, I worked hard, I put a lot of positive energy into, I guess, the universe, into God, however you want to call it. I got back what I deserved. And I mean that not just on the positive side, but also on the negative side. If something negative happened, of course, in the moment you're thinking, why the fuck do I have to go through this? Why? But as that period fades and you look back at it, you're looking at it like, damn, that was supposed to happen. That was exactly what had to happen in that moment in time. And if you're somebody that's on the grind right now, that doesn't necessarily have everything that they want to achieve, but they're striving this goal, they have this vision, they have the thing that they want to achieve, be grateful, man. Be grateful you even got the chance to find a sense of purpose. And understand that even if it gets worse, even if they're putting more stress on you, even if God is testing you to the limit where you're every single day thinking, God, I can't do this anymore. Understand that it's part of the game. Understand that this is supposed to happen, and just because you don't feel like it right now doesn't mean that this shouldn't be happening to you. And this is something that I think about almost every single day. Matter of fact, I'll think about it more right now than when I didn't have anything, which on one end you would think that makes sense, right? Of course, you got your first bits and pieces. I'm in Bali right now in this huge villa with a beautiful view, and of course it would make sense that I'm more grateful right now. But you would be surprised, bro, how difficult it is from day in, day out to actually be grateful when you get the success. Matter of fact, I would argue that it's more difficult, which again, it sounds very double. How can it be more difficult to be grateful when you get the stuff that you worked for? But anybody that has achieved even a slight bit of success will resonate with me when I say that when you're in the moment, you're making this money, your business is actually going up, you do not feel very grateful. Matter of fact, you're pretty damn stressed because you always want more. You always want to go to the next step. And when you're making $2,000 a month, you're looking at how to make 5. If you're doing 5,000, you're looking at how to make 10. If you're doing 10, you're looking at how to do 20, but you're also very scared of falling back to 0. And that's the whole thing right there. Once you get a big sum of income coming in, you're scared to lose that. So naturally, you're not as grateful anymore. And not being grateful, in my experience, is one of the worst ways to ruin your karma. Because you're not doing anything bad in the physical realm. Your actions aren't bad, but your intention is not pure. Because if you're ungrateful, you're acting out of greed, you're acting out of degeneracy, right? The constant seek of dopamine, and you're not acting out of the best version of yourself that you can be. And God sees that. And when God sees that, He's looking at you like, this dude needs to be humbled. You need to be humbled right there. You need to be humbled. So naturally, as I just said, how karma works is you're gonna get what you need, right? You're gonna get what you deserve, and not what you want. If you want what you deserve, it's a match, you feel great, everything is going your way, right, in your life. But 9 out of 10 times, what you want and what you deserve are not the same thing. So naturally, you're gonna go through these periods where, again, if you're not grateful, if you're not understanding that every single day that you're alive right now, and that your parents are alive, and that your friends are alive, is a good fucking day, if you're not realizing that to the max, the first thing that's gonna happen to you is that every day that you don't have that, you're gonna get punished for it. Simple as that. You're gonna get punished for it until you realize, and some people get punished for it so hard that they're even already realizing that success doesn't matter. I think a big reason on why I am today where I am is because the success and the journey towards success has something that I've always been extremely grateful for. I've always been enjoying the stress. I was talking about this with a friend of mine yesterday. A friend of mine that doesn't really know what I do that well, and I got to like fully explain how I started, the stress moments, and I was telling it in a very laid back way, even though like my business right now is on a decline. Or I should say my old business, like my old projects, the projects that made me a mill last year, they're on a decline, and I'm starting a new project. And I was telling this friend about how stoked I was that I got to like rebuild it up again. And his immediate answer was, well, bro, if I was you, I wouldn't be stressed. I don't even understand why you're not really panicking, because you had all of it and now it's gone again. And it made me realize, like, I guess that is just the mental framing you need in order for it to work out for you. And it makes so much sense. I've told so many people, and even in my YouTube videos before, that you gotta be down to go back into the trenches every single time. The moment you essentially feel too good to be in the trenches, that's again the moment where you're gonna get punished for it, because building business is just like the earth spinning around the sun. Like, it goes in seasons, right? You have like a building season, a season where everything pops off, a season where everything goes wrong, and it's just a cycle that repeats itself. Matter of fact, I would even argue that's life itself, right? Even life itself is fucking seasonal, right? One day you feel good, other day you feel bad, other day you feel this. And just like with you not having any control over how the earth spins around the sun, you're gonna just have to deal with it. And if you can't even be grateful for the winter, and you can't appreciate the snow and the cold and the darkness, and when the good days finally appear, you don't even feel like you deserved it, right? And again, that all leads into each other. So I have to kind of hurry up now. I'm gonna have to catch my flight. Just want to show you guys the Bali view one more time. It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful day to get moving on to the next chapter. If you're watching this, stay grinding, stay grateful, and I'll see you soon. Peace.